Hello there and welcome to Confessions for this week. I am joined by the incredible Colin Lane from Lane and Woodley, Australian comedy legends. And one of them is here. I did a jerking head movement there. I thought it would help my pronunciation. See, it's not doing it. It's not working. Thank you to all of the wonderful people who left feedback for last week's episode with the great Tony Lodge, the official return. I'm bloody overwhelmed by the wonderful messages. I will do the mailbag section at the end. You can write into me at yeshello.theproducerboy.com, or you can leave me a little voicemail if you like. All of the links are below. Now, if you're watching the YouTube right now, I will let you know that I kind of stuffed up let's say the GoPro stuffed up and it kept moving down and down and down, but I fixed it. I'll put that up now just so you can see what a good job I've done of fixing that. Lol. I will put a pic up on the Instagram as well. But look, I stuffed up the video. It's stuffed up a little bit, but it does come back when we get into the confession. So that's absolutely fine. Whatever, I'm just saying everything's fine according to me. But look, you're going to love this episode. Diggs was very vocal in this episode. He taps around a lot, tip taps with his little toes. A bit of fun from Diggs. Enjoyed this episode. I'm bloody excited to be back. You can follow me, as always, Confessions, the podcast, on all of the things, and me personally, Sammy Peterson, unofficial. Leave a 5-star rating, leave a 5-star review. That always helps get the podcast out there to as many people as possible, and I will read them at the end of the show. Thank you, everybody. I bloody love ya. Enjoy this week's episode with the great Colin Lane. Phones if you want, but you don't have to.
Maybe I don't want to.
Maybe you don't want to, and that's okay as well.
They're not calling in.
No one's calling in. No one ever calls in. I wait for the lines all the time, but no one's ever called in. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Confessions. Everyone wants to confess. Not everyone wants to hear them. Today, I'm joined by a goddamn legend here in Australia. From the band Lane and Woodley. It is, of course, Mr. Colin Lane. Welcome.
Hello, Sammy. How are you?
You're good. How are you? I left that in a weird gap. I feel like I really set you up for that.
No. But I was just thinking, because Frank and I always used to do breakfast radio interviews and stuff, and we always thought it would be really funny if you went on to breakfast radio and just went it depends on what's funny or not. Sure. We're a very visual act, but sometimes we want to go onto radio and do something funny. For example, on radio, would it be funny if we left a pause for that long? Or
what's the longest you could leave it? Was there a test?
Well, they were so obsessed with their own show and their own jokes and their own thoughts that we would just go, what would happen if
I didn't even know you were there.
No. We would just go, well, what if we left a pause for that long? And they would just go, they would just panic.
Just freak out completely.
And then we would try saying, what would happen if we left a pause for that long? Like that.
It's so funny. I like to sometimes just say a word a little bit too long.
Yes.
And it's too petty to bring up. No one, you're going to go, I just felt exposed. And then you go, but no one's ever going to bring that up and say that was wrong the way you did that.
Yes.
Because that's way too petty to do.
Yeah. But that's the fun stuff for me.
Absolutely. Do you like mixing it? How long have you and Frank been together as a couple?
69 years.
69 years. Hilarious number, by the way.
Yeah, hilarious number. Well, we this is Confessions, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So we like to call it 30.
30, yeah.
But it's actually on the wrong side of 35.
Because
you can figure out whether it's 40 or 36.
But it's up to you. Call in.
It's up to you. But it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's the Comedy Festival did their 40th anniversary this year.
Yeah.
And we were on the 40th anniversary gala.
Yeah,
so
wow.
You do the maths.
Well, and I can't. But the great Tony Martin, I went to his place recently, and he has all of the programs. He's got this box of programs, and it was you and Frank.
Right.
So much of you two in these programs over the years. But you also, people may not know this, but the Perrier Award, you are, I think, the only Australian for a very long time to have won the Best Newcomer Award at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Not well. I don't want to be that pedant, but we won Best Show.
Best Show.
Not Best Newcomer.
Okay,
but there was a group called Los Trios Ringbarkers that won it in 1983.
Okay, yeah.
And Neil Gladwin and Steve Kearney, they won it in 83.
Yes.
And then we won it in 94. Okay. And then I think Sam Campbell won it in...
much later, 2006 or something.
2000. And it wasn't called the Perrier then. I think it was just called the Edinburgh Comedy Award.
Yes, yeah.
What was it, like 2016, 18 or something he won it? Maybe it was
Yeah, it was quite late.
18, 20 or something.
Yeah. So there's a big gap really between them. It's probably a 20-year gap between you guys winning.
I think
and
the
that.
Doug Anthonys were nominated 2 or 3 times.
But they didn't win. That's the thing.
I don't think they did. I hope I'm not being rude to other people that won it. But
It's not your job to remember.
That's true.
It's actually true. It's not your job to do this.
Thank you,
and
Sammy.
I put that on you.
Thank you, Sam.
For no reason at all.
I appreciate that.
But
it's not my job to know everything about everything.
But there's a great story that I heard Alan Davies tell about you winning over Alan Davies. Is this true that you leave the award kind of give him a reminder every single time that he comes over to stay?
Yes. Nowadays, he doesn't have to stay with me because he's filthy rich.
Sure.
So he stays in nice hotels and apartments with his lovely family. Mm-hmm. But the first time he came over, yes, I did put the Perry Award next to him,
just to let him
in
know.
the spare room where he was staying.
Yeah, great,
yes.
great.
So there was Alan Davies, Jeff Green, a guy called Robert Schimmel, a guy called Owen Davies. What was his name?
So you're doing this again. You're trying to remember now.
Owen O'Neill.
Yeah.
Harry Hill.
Harry Hill, my God. You don't have to remember if you don't want to remember this.
I don't ever remember
Paul
everything.
Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti and Kirsten Dunst. They were nominated.
If I was doing my game, it would be Kirsten Dunst.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dunst.
My fun game.
I didn't know Dunst had 3 syllables. So we were a very peculiar winner.
Yeah, sure.
There was some talk that they couldn't figure out who else to give it to, so they just thought, let's just give it to those 2 knuckleheads from Australia.
Right,
and
right.
then instead of some people being unhappy, let's make everybody unhappy.
Right. It's a better option, honestly.
Let's make
It's really
all the
good.
English comedians unhappy.
And just bitter about the whole thing.
And I think I did, 2 things. I think we couldn't get into the Perrier Award-winning party because Steve Kearney from Lost Trio Stringbarker said that he was Lano and Woodley, so we couldn't get in.
He was Lano and Woodley.
Yes, he was Lano and Woodley. And then I do remember, I think, the presentation of the award was in like a shopping centre or something. It was quite shit. And I went to the toilet, and I think most of the nominees and their management were in the bathroom going to the toilet.
Of course. All show business.
And I felt like I needed to get in and get out pretty quickly.
Sure. It was time.
It was just a little bit it was a little bit scary.
Sure, of course.
Yes,
yeah.
because there were a lot of people kind of going, "You shouldn't have won it."
Wow, really?
There was a vibe. There was a vibe, man.
No, what did anyone confront you about it? Did Harry Hill push you against the wall? He said, "Listen, Lano and Woodley."
He slapped me in the face with his collar.
And what a collar that is. That's a hard collar.
Like 6-inch collar.
Yeah. Now, this podcast is all about the wonderful world of online confessions.
Yes,
now,
sir.
did you grow up Catholic, sir?
Proddy.
Proddy, you're a proddy. So you didn't do confession?
No.
No. But do you feel like you're a pretty open person? Do you feel like you confess quite a lot to all the... No. And I will not. This is not the time nor place.
Confess. Look, are you Catholic?
I was raised Catholic, but I'm not Catholic
Did you go
anymore.
to confession?
Yeah. And
that's why this podcast.
That's why this podcast
came into
exists.
being.
Yeah. Shout out to the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
I always like to shout them out. Good on you.
Good on you.
Doing great stuff out there, guys.
Stuff. Good
redacted.
on you.
It's all redacted. But yeah, you never went. But
never went. Yeah. Never really had to confess. It was never a ritual.
Yeah, sure.
It was never a thing. Yeah, I mean. There was no purging of thoughts and confessions and anything like that. I mean, you might have to confess something if you've done something wrong to your parents.
Sure,
if you got in trouble. Did you?
If you got caught, that's the only way.
Did you bury your brother's school shoes at the Oval in Perth in 1971?
Sounds specific.
Yes, I did.
Sure. Yes, I did.
I didn't know they were his.
Yeah. Just buried some. You just wanted to.
I buried some shoes just for some wanton destruction of somebody's property. And then...
Because it's fun.
He came home with no shoes, and then we went up to the Oval at Argos Primary in Applecross in Perth. And I said, there's a pair of shoes over here. And they just coincidentally were my brother's shoes.
That's
and I buried
amazing.
them for no reason than just to be a little prick.
Or fun.
Or fun.
Or fun.
For fun.
Yeah, for fun. I did it for fun. But so in your world, so growing up as a prodigy, like, were there any other traditions in that world? Like, apart from, like, I know Catholicism has got confession, it's got, like baptism. Is there any other things that you had to kind of do every week?
You get dedicated.
What does that mean?
You get dedicated instead of confirmed or baptised. You get dedicated.
Who dedicates you? The priest or the?
Off you go, Diggs.
Diggs, off you go.
Off you pop.
It's been great to see you, Diggs, but off you pop.
Good on you. Love your work, but nick off. We always went to church except for the most important days.
Sure.
And I don't know why.
Well, have a rest. Have a day off.
We never went Good Friday. We never went
Easter weekend.
Sunday.
No.
We never went Christmas. We never went Christmas
Okay,
Eve.
Diggs, off you pop.
Off you
great
pop.
to see you again, Diggs. Great to see you.
We never went Christmas Day.
Diggs, okay, come on, off you pop. It's great to see you.
But we were pretty diligent. And my brother and I were in the band.
Oh, wow.
I played trombone.
What was it called? Did you have the name for the band?
Just the young people's band.
Okay.
My father was a very good cornet player.
Really?
We grew up in Perth,
Mm-hmm.
and he was quite admired and renowned for his cornet playing, which is like just a squashed up trumpet for people listening at home.
It's like an interesting instrument to play. Why did he play that one in particular?
That was like the start. That was like first violin. If you were first cornet, you were like
you had it made.
You were like the star of the band.
You're a bit of a rock star vibe, your dad.
Bit of a rock star vibe.
Yeah. Did he play all the time? Like up until
we moved to Sydney, and I don't think he played after we moved to Sydney, and then we moved to Melbourne. He didn't play down here, so he was
did
like
Sydney kill his vibe.
Yeah, Sydney kill his. Well, it's been known to.
Sure. Yeah.
So he would be.
No offense to our
he
Sydney
would be
listeners.
playing in the band on a Sunday morning. They would do open airs where they would go to like suburbs and just play on the corner and wear a uniform and everything.
Yep.
And then when we moved to Sydney, I don't know, he didn't wear a uniform anymore. He didn't play the cornet, but my brother and I.
He was never the same again. Was it the same man?
Excuse me?
Did you sure you moved with your dad or
That's
just moved with a different guy?
He did look different.
He did look a bit different.
He was a blood nut in Perth, and then he was bald in Sydney. So it was
I think Mum met someone else.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he met somebody else, but that's another story.
It's not his confession time.
It's not his confession time, and he's dead. So,
may rest in peace.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Bob.
What was your instrument that you first started playing?
Trombone.
Your trombone?
Well, I played piano for a while and
Yeah.
then moved to Melbourne and played trombone.
Yeah.
I was not. My brother was pretty good at cornet, but I was okay at trombone for like 2 or 3 years, and then at like 15 or 16, I just went, I don't want to go to church
want to do
anymore.
this.
I don't want to
No.
go to church. And that's the weird thing. Like these days, how did you grow up, Cole? What was your religion? I go, try and guess, which they never can do. And then eventually I
What
go,
a fun game for you.
yeah. And then,
They've
I say the Salvation Army, and they go, oh, is that a religion? Oh, is that a church? I thought it was just a charity organisation. So, I mean,
You got the bins out the front. Did you do that?
Pardon me?
You got the bins out the front. Did you do that?
No.
That's all I know about the Salvos.
No, but I did collect for Red Shield Appeal Day and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a pretty wacky church to go
absolutely.
to on a Sunday, but it was very lively.
Yeah, sure.
There was lots of music and testimony.
Yeah.
As in not like people speaking in tongues, but like people going
Preaching and talking
somebody in
and-
the congregation standing up and going, my name's Sammy, and I thought that today was going to be a crap day, but it's turned out beautiful, and thank the Lord for the beautiful day that he's provided, and
Wow.
praise him and everything. And then everybody go, yeah, and
that was it.
and then they would sing a little chorus, and then somebody else would get up, and
That's quite nice. I mean,
it
it's
wasn't
not as
like
stilted as...
solemn and I mean, it was, you know, the sermons were boring,
they can be, yeah.
but it was a bit. The first kind of 45 minutes was pretty like, hey, and
Yeah, yeah.
isn't God
Singing,
great?
dancing.
And,
Yeah. Any falling back into a crowd, like after they said...
No. He walks.
He walks. Yeah, you were just shouting that out every time someone walked up.
No.
He walks. He's done it again.
None of that. I mean, he's always walked.
Yeah,
but he's walked.
But he's
again.
walking now, which is impressive.
He's walking again because, yeah, I didn't think he was going to this morning.
Now, what is going on in the wonderful world of Lane and Woodley at the moment? Because you've finished your Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth as well. Have you
Oh
finished
no,
Perth?
just
Oh,
Melbourne,
just Melbourne.
Adelaide, Melbourne.
Oh, great! And so, what's next? Was it Sydney Comedy
is this-
Festival?
So
It's coming out next week.
it's coming out next week.
Next week.
Okay, so first week of May, we're
Yep.
just pretending that this is May.
Yeah, sure. Let's
Okay.
just pretend. Let's improv on that for ages. For 2 hours. You know the hard out, do you? 2 hours of just going, yep, this is May now.
Yeah, this is May.
May
How
the
good's-
4th
how
be
good's
with
May?
you. How good's May?
May?
Is this thing on?
I mean, what a great month.
What a one of the great months. He didn't even that time. I think Diggs is
didn't even.
learning that now. No, Diggs,
No slobber.
Diggs, here. Cole's
over
got to go
there.
to the footy after this. Come on, over here. Diggs, here. Yeah, he's so well trained, isn't he?
He's so well trained.
Diggs. Diggs, come on.
Why does my owner just keep on saying my name?
It's awesome. Means we'll
know
go and
who
see
I am.
Cole again.
I know who I am. Why does he keep on saying Diggs?
Diggs. It was so funny the other day.
Look, he's on the bench.
Oh, God, he's fun. God, he's so well trained. Because I got him when he was 2 years old, and the person who gave him to me said, "Look, we've tried everything. We tried to train him.
Go
Diggs,
away.
go away." They said we tried to train him. It's
your
just
bed.
not happening.
On your bed.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, that was
Good
pretty
boy.
good. He doesn't usually do that, so he kind of understood that, but also
Good
not
boy, good
really.
girl. Good boy.
Good boy.
Good
You can say
boy,
good girl
good
if you want.
boy.
You can misgender my dog if you want.
Boy.
Good. Who is? Cole is.
My wife would love you. Absolutely.
She does.
love
She's
you.
met him.
Of course.
Yeah.
She loves him dearly.
Remember, you gave a speech at my my housewarming. Not your
I
choice.
gave a speech?
Yeah, not your choice. I made you. I put you on the spot, and I made you do a speech
That's right.
because
yeah.
we met when your lovely wife Marnie asked me if I wanted to go and see Rosie O'Donnell, and you got.
That's right.
We got to go on a mandate.
That's right.
And hang out for hours and hours.
We went
it
to
was
see
so much
Rosie
fun.
O'Donnell. She put on drinks and food afterwards.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Like, basically, they just put a slab of Corona on the table and
That's
just
right.
went, enjoy.
Enjoy the Corona.
And she
what a
turned
fancy.
up and
she turned
she
up.
talked to people and
Yeah.
she was very nice and
Yep.
friendly. I thought
She was
it
lovely.
was a lovely day.
She had someone whisper in her ear who the people were,
Oh, that's nice.
which was nice.
a
Yeah.
little bit Veep.
It was very Veep. Yeah, it was very Veep. She just kind of shouted at people. She was
Yeah.
just going, "Oh, I love you. I love
Yes.
your stuff."
Yeah, she
great.
was good. I mean, you know, was she reading some stuff off notes during
Sure.
the show? But anyway,
So you started doing your trial shows a while ago to come back and do this show. So
yes, we started about, I don't know, who knows?
Who knows? Who's to
June,
say?
July last
June, July.
year.
It's such a good show.
And then we did trial shows in...
Mount Eliza.
no.
I did a gig in Mount Eliza and I saw posters for you. Maybe it wasn't Mount Eliza.
Oh,
Maybe it was
no,
like
Frangers.
Frangers. It was Frangers.
Frangers.
Yeah.
We
okay.
did trial shows. Our management have got a great little 40-seater downstairs that you can do trial shows in, which is
Yeah,
fantastic. So that was very rudimentary, very... This show could go for 3 hours,
Sure,
kind of thing.
sure. Like
we
this
did
podcast
then,
today.
and then we did Geelong.
Yep.
And then before Christmas, we had a bit of a like, oh shit, we're in a bit of trouble.
Sure.
And then we came back in February and spent a month with Eddie Perfect.
Oh, really?
And then we did some trial shows in Frangers.
Yep.
But we did three. We thought that we were going to do like a final 3 shows warm up before Adelaide.
Yeah.
But it was basically 3 shows that were similar to the 3 shows that we'd done
Yep.
in November last year.
Yeah,
So
right.
3 shows, 2 of them were absolutely shit, and one was kind of okay.
Yep.
So
A friend of mine told me they live in Frankston, and they told me that they. This is a great story. You'll love this. They said that they saw Eddie Perfect and Colin Lane having dinner in a restaurant in Frankston. That's the end of the story.
that's right.
That's the whole story.
Yes.
Yeah. They didn't say anything more than that. That
yes,
was
we
the
did.
story.
And the only part I like about that is that Frank was probably there as well, but they didn't mention him.
Wasn't interested. big Cole fan. Not so much Frank.
Yeah, well, they're only human.
Of course. But so is it weird doing, because you two, like, your show is amazing and it was so
course it
funny.
is.
And
It's
of course it is. Thank you.
It's genius.
Genius
Comedy
stuff.
genius.
Comedy genius. And it's so big as well. Like, it's such a big show. Doing it to 40 people, it must be a completely different experience to do that kind of grand scale show to that many people. Is it weird?
Well, look.
Look here.
Now,
You
look.
grabbed me by my collar.
Now, look. It's extremely different because there's a lot of elements in the show that you're trying out, but there's a lot of elements in that trial show situation to 40 people where you're apologizing.
Apologizing for
You're
that.
apologising for the bits that aren't working.
Right.
So there's a lot of audience work. There's a lot of interaction. There's a lot
Right.
of sorry, that'll be better. Come back in
Great.
March.
I do that all year round anyway.
Yeah.
Come back some other time.
So there's a lot. Sometimes it's very useful, and then other nights it's not so useful because you spend about 40% of the show making excuses for why things didn't work and putting improv in to cover those moments because you're a performer, and it doesn't matter whether it's 40 people or 400 people. You want to do a reasonably good show.
Whatever
you want
to
do a show.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's helpful, and then other times afterwards you just kind of go, all right, well, that wasn't very helpful.
Sure.
Because the funniest bits were the bits that you made up on the spot. And then, but at the same time, there's a very friendly, what's the term? The audience is sitting there kind of going, they're excited because they're at a very grassroots level of the show.
Of course.
So they give you a lot of love because they're excited about the fact that they're watching it from its very first incarnation.
Yeah.
So some people are genuinely kind of going, oh, this is the first time
we were here for
that
that.
Been done.
Yeah, that's exciting.
But it's very nice.
Sure.
But there is this weird kind of comedic contract where they laugh, but if they were in an audience of 400 or 1,000 people, they might not have laughed. But they kind of come in and go, what they need is to know whether it's funny. So they are very generous.
Sure. And it's connected in a different way.
And that's the most amazing thing about audiences. Like, spoiler alert, I did Guy Montgomery's Spelling Bee a couple of nights ago.
Sure.
And because I'm really popular and famous.
Yeah.
And
better than that Frank guy.
Busy all the time. Yeah. Frank who?
You get noticed in a Frankston
restaurant.
in
a Frankston restaurant. And the audiences are very, if they say, oh, we're going to have to shoot that again, we're going to do the same joke again, the audience will laugh again.
Yeah, which is bizarre because that never happens really.
But they kind of really like being part of the process.
Yeah,
and
sure.
And it's such a cute, generous thing that they do. And they are really up for it.
Yeah.
They're very switched on with that kind of stuff, and they don't make TV, but they know how TV is made.
Yeah, sure. And for you, looking out at your crowd as well, this is what I noticed when I was watching you guys, that the audience age is a ridiculous age bracket of there's people that were like 15 years old, even probably younger than that. And then it goes all the way up to
70, 80.
Let's say 69 again. That was a funny number that we mentioned before. But for you, is that kind of strange to look at? Do you kind of go, oh, wow, like when we started, not you and I, but we only started at Rosie O'Donnell a little while ago. But when you started, is it weird to look out? Because, your TV show, there's been so many incarnations of what you two do.
Essentially, we're playing to third generation now.
Yeah.
And that's something that as you get older, you have to reconcile in that's something to be celebrated, not ashamed of that you're getting old.
Sure.
You should celebrate it. You should celebrate it. There's 5-year-olds and 7-year-olds are coming because their parents liked it.
Yeah.
But perhaps their grandparents even liked it to a degree because their grandparents they might be 60.
Yeah.
So they've had kids and then they've had kids. And sometimes, those 5 and 7, 9-year-olds have never been even to see a theatre show before.
Sure, yeah.
And they've seen me when I was 30 years younger from The Adventures of Lane and Woodley.
Yeah.
And then they see these two guys on stage.
Got to stop calling yourself pricks.
So they're kind of a little bit freaked out. Because not only have they not seen theatre before, but they've seen these people on TV.
Yeah.
And then they see them live and they're a bit kind of overwhelmed and stunned.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
It's a joy to behold.
And how great as well to know that there's people that don't even know they're Lane on Woodley fans yet. Like at some point someone's going to grab them and go, we're going to go and see Lane on Woodley. Because the show was because I've been a big fan of you two for a long time, more you than Frank.
Yeah, of course.
But I've been,
Has he been on this podcast?
He won't do it now.
Yeah, why would he?
I'm going to send this a token tomorrow to your manager. But it is, what's so interesting about it is that I've been a big fan of you two for a long time. And so watching a show now, I was like, that's one of my favourite shows that I've ever seen you two do. Like, like it was so great. And I think I saw you at the Pakenham Arts Centre a long time ago. And and it's so the island. I remember seeing it's just so great to come along as well. So you're going, where are you going next? It's Sydney,
Canberra, and
ACT, Australia's capital city.
We're going to Canberra, Perth, Brisbane, Vegas, Hobart, but I think we're doing Sydney next year.
Oh, right. Okay, they miss out for now.
Yeah.
Is that because your dad wasn't your dad in Sydney, and you've had a weird relationship with Sydney?
We've been barred from Sydney for a couple of years.
Yeah, right.
So we're doing all kind of like the capital cities this year, and then the Opera House in February next year.
Yes,
and that kind of stuff. So Sydney,
it's coming.
Don't be alarmed.
No,
we are coming to Sitters.
It's because you didn't put your blazer out for Gladys Berejiklian.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't know if that reference holds up. It's always good when a reference doesn't hold up. Always great stuff.
But in some ways, I have to confess.
Sure. Oh, that's good.
Which is lovely
good. That's
segue.
Really good. Yeah,
really good. He's a professional.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I am a professional. It's just that I get paid, which doesn't mean that I'm a professional. For some reason, I thought that Gladys Berejiklian was kind of attractive.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
There was something about her.
Yeah.
And my wife just goes, "What?"
Was it the affair that she had? Maybe that you were a bit like
no. Before
your pre-affair.
Before that, there was I don't know. It was just something about
that. Could have been you. That's quite sexy.
Maybe it was her last name.
Yeah. It's actually beautiful. Well, we're going to get into some confessions today, Cole.
Okay,
that's
great.
what we're going to do. Now, do you want to top up your wine before we get into the confessions?
If that comment about topping up my wine isn't on the podcast.
I can cut this out. Edit it here.
Yeah,
great. Let me get that.
Yeah, come on.
Confession 1 today comes from gorgeous Joel. Joel confesses, "I'm not even sure if this counts as a confessable offence or more of a fun fact I should take to the grave. But here we are, opening the vault of me." It's a strong start, isn't it, really? Like, it's big.
Joel.
Thank you,
Joel.
Thanks for writing in,
I feel
Joel.
like I'm on the telethon.
Yeah, thank you, Joel.
Thanks for that $20, Joel.
$20, Joel. So basically, long story short, but also not, because context is king, and I am nothing if not a king of context. Nice to say about himself.
Yeah, nice.
He really bigs up himself, Joel. "I think I may have accidentally and then on purpose been pissing in my housemate's white wine for about a year."
Accidentally on purpose?
Accidentally on purpose. So king of context isn't very good with sayings.
Wow.
Now, before you react in a big way, just hear me out in a calm and mature fashion.
It's hard to.
It's hard to when you say you've accidentally pissed in a bottle for a year.
Yes.
It didn't start as a hobby. I'm not a freak. It's fun to just exclaim that. I'm not a freak. Mm-hmm. I'm just a man who found himself in a series of increasingly damp decisions.
Yes.
Damp, yep.
Yes, Joel.
It's been last March-ish or April. It was a wet season for me emotionally and physically, I guess. My housemate, Ben, not his real name. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter at this point, I feel. I don't think Ben's reading this confession. Kept buying this very smug white wine. What would you describe as a smug white wine? Is there a Pinot Grigio, just because you say it like it's a weird thing to say? Pinot Grigio?
Well, I wouldn't think Sauv Blanc is smug.
No. No.
Because I'm not a fan.
Sure.
But I'm not a fan of smug people. So but I wouldn't call a Sauv Blanc smug.
Smug,
but
no.
Maybe
tastes a bit like Pierce, I wonder why.
A Vidello?
A Vidello. Okay, yeah, Vidello, that's nice.
What's a Suave?
A Suave. Yeah, that's what sounds very good.
Yes.
Always talking about notes and legs like it's doing Pilates in the glass. Mm-hmm. That's fun to say. Mm-hmm. And one night, after a regular toilet visit situation, I don't call taking a piss a regular toilet visit situation, I had what I can only describe as a brain whisper. Not a voice, more like a suggestion from within. A what if. Now, what if should never be, should I piss in my housemate Suave?
Yes.
I don't think it should be. As I did a little, just to test a pilot program, and he drank it, said it had complexity. A lot of complexity from Joel, because Joel's a complex guy.
Yeah.
You can't piss in a Suave and tell me he's not complex.
It's not just piss, though.
It's not just piss.
It's wine and
piss. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's not just piss. Not straight, but disgusting. Joel.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
But thank you for the $20 as well, Joel. We do appreciate that. Now, at this point, I should have shut down the operation, closed the factory, hung up my hose, so to speak. Fun.
Goodness me.
But instead, I sort of leaned into it like a bad chair. Each time he bought a new wine, I'd think, well, consistency is key. in any experiment. Because I guess at this point he'd get used to the hint of piss. It is suave.
Yep.
Once you
I say yeah, but I say, but I mean nah.
You gave it, yep. So it became a routine, not daily. I'm not an animal. I think you are.
I think you are.
So often enough that I call it a seasonal blend. And here's where...
Fruity Lexia,
if you will. I will. And here's where I'm conflicted. Because on one hand, this is obviously morally sideways behaviour.
Yes.
I'd say morally bankrupt is what I'd say.
Yes.
On the other hand, he started telling people it was his favourite drop. He even bought a bottle to a dinner party and said, and I quote, "This one never misses." Just pisses.
It rhymes with...
Yeah, that's right. I said I shouldn't have done that.
Yep.
You were cleverer in the way you said that. I went pisses. Never misses. Of course it doesn't bend, but I've got great aim. So he kind of went with it as well. I keep telling myself I'll stop, and then he comes home with another bottle and does that little swirl thing, and suddenly I'm back in the lab like a twisted scientist of hydration. Please advise. He bought a Chardonnay, and I can feel my body gearing up like it knows its role in society. That comes from Joel. Now, you are drinking a lovely Chardonnay right now, and I have said I opened it in front of you.
Yes.
And I made sure.
So he takes a bottle to a party. How does he piss in the bottle if he's taking a bottle to a party?
Well,
Point
yeah.
one.
Yep.
How does he do that?
Yeah.
Does he
Unless he's injecting.
cap the bottle
Yes.
and then tip some out and then take it into the bathroom and then
Perhaps he does that. That's perhaps without yes. Perhaps.
I think Joel's
Not right.
Full of poo.
It's full of poo.
Not piss and poo, but like
Not number threes.
How is it credible?
Yeah,
who's Joel?
Yeah, who is Joel really? We don't really know.
Is he Joel 457910 at gmail.com or does Joel exist?
We don't know. He could be a creative writer
Is
online.
this a real confession?
I actually don't know.
But has it been sent to you?
No. This has not been sent to me. No.
Okay.
Because I found this one online and it had a
You've seen it
lot of
online.
negative comments, Cole. Let me tell you that.
He takes a bottle into the bathroom and pisses in the bottle. Joel...
Like you said before, yep. And you did say that. I've got that on film. Right.
Yeah, Joel...
What do you do? Does Joel need to come... Like, imagine
Joel needs to stop.
You need to stop, for
You
God's
need to
sake.
stop,
Hang up the
Joel.
hose.
It's not very nice what you're doing.
It's not very nice.
It's not putting ethanol into drinks when people are trying to have a nice holiday in Laos. But
it ain't that.
It ain't that. You ain't wrong. But you need to cease and desist with your piss. You need to stop what you're doing. And you know, where do you get off? Because it's a bit like
in the wine.
It's a bit like, I mean, not when people are spiking drinks.
Yeah.
Because
and that's not right.
That's not right either.
No. Why'd you wink at me?
There was a I don't know, a comedian a couple of weeks ago I saw where they just go, it's the kind of place where the women need to cover their drinks.
Oh, goodness.
But in a funny way, funnier than I did it.
No, I thought that was good.
But,
and then you said, I'll just move Posh Spice out of the way so you can see me.
Yeah.
Did that first.
Yeah, that's right.
Never update the reference.
Or because of my vintage Karen Carpenter.
Great. Could be Sabrina Carpenter now.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Just change one name. Do you, if you were, say you're the housemate, right? You're the housemate and you're swirling your wine, having a lovely soiree at night time. Do you want to be told? Do you want Joel to tell you what he's done for a year?
Yep, Joel, you need to
to
stop.
Yeah.
Or you need to tell.
Yeah. Stop or tell.
I would recommend stop. Full stop.
Right, that's the end of.
I would recommend stop what you're doing.
Yep.
It's pretty disgusting. Why is he doing it?
Well, yeah, we don't know.
Is it a power game?
I think it's a wanky wine. He thought it was like up. I don't know. So it was a class thing, I think.
So his mate is being a bit of a wine snob.
He's been a wine snob,
and he's just gone. I'll give you freaking wine snob.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna save up my piss.
Yeah, but I think there's you can do it in different ways.
Of course.
I mean, of course.
By not doing it.
Like, duh.
Yeah.
But I think you should maybe stop hanging out with your mate. Or not live with them.
Does age change this? What if I told you that this is like a I would think casting quite young in this. I would think he's early 20s. But what if they were like 50s?
But then again, I think,
Yeah.
some people get wise with age.
Yeah.
And some people don't. Some
Sure.
people become very vindictive.
Apologies for that.
Vin Dieselis.
Yeah.
They get vindictive.
Yes.
And they become just a bit skewed with their thinking.
Yeah.
And they become a little bit Karen-esque.
Yes.
And they want to make a statement.
every time,
a stand. And they become a little bit too kind of insular, and instead of exploring different opinions, they only listen to one, which is in their head.
Which is saying, piss in that fucking bottle.
Yeah, piss in that bottle. He's a
Piss in that
wanker.
bottle.
He's a wine wanker.
Yeah.
I'm going to piss in that bottle.
Like a normal guy, like a big boy.
Does he use a funnel?
Well,
Or he said he had pretty good aim.
pretty good aim,
But-
pissing around the bottle, damaging the label. That's the worst of this, damaging the label.
Because I'm of my vintage, sometimes you just go, I can't be bothered.
Pissing in a bottle.
I can't be bothered with the
upkeep.
with the upkeep of the
Yeah.
japes.
Yes. Yeah. I couldn't be bothered doing that every day.
No, I can't. As my son would say, Siebes.
Seebs. Well, let's move on because I think Seebs
Please.
is a good way to end that, please. As people always say on this podcast, please.
Please move on.
This one comes from Irene. Gorgeous Irene confesses.
I love Irene.
I don't even know if this is something I should be confessing or if it's a private situation. My name is Irene and I am, for lack of a better word, a very sensual woman. Like Gladys Berejiklian. I've always had that energy. People have said it, not directly. I love saying not directly. Like they probably haven't said that, Irene. But in the way they don't say anything, which I think is even louder. Anyway, my husband travels a lot for work.
Okay, husband, yes.
He's always off somewhere doing spreadsheets, whatever men do. Men do. Pissing in bottles, probably. When they
What's her name, sorry?
Irene.
Irene.
You said you liked her just before.
I like her, but
you
I
like
can't remember her
I can't
name.
remember her name. I'm very fond of you, whatever your name is.
I don't see names.
You've never seen names. When they abandon their wives who are clearly still very much alive. So men often abandon their wives when they're very much alive. And during these periods of absence, something has been happening next door with Ron. Very sexy names.
Okay,
Irene
yes.
and Ron.
Irene and Ron.
Now, Ron is my neighbour. He has pigs, several pigs.
Of course he does.
Thanks, Ron.
He's only human.
He's only human. It's very funny to go as a descriptive word for someone else.
Yes.
What's Ron like? He's got pigs.
He's got pigs.
Many pigs.
Does he like footy? Does he like art? Does he like comedy? Does he like TV? Does he like Netflix? He's got pigs.
He's got pigs.
He's got
what
pigs.
more do you want to know? He's got pigs.
He's got pigs.
And sheep as well, which I personally think is overkill livestock-wise.
Do we know where Irene's from?
No.
Okay.
Got no idea.
Okay.
I'm very happy to answer any questions, and I know none of the answers. He's not what you call traditionally desirable. He's sort of built like a beanbag that's given up.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I like that.
Very descriptive.
Yeah,
Lovely
yeah.
Ron. Got pigs. He's built like a beanbag that's given up.
I like that.
I think beanbags have already given up. I think that's the point
so.
of a
I don't know a
beanbag.
lot of people with beanbags.
You've never walked into someone's place and go, that's a good looking beanbag. That's upright.
Beanbag's got no personality.
Always wearing those shorts that don't commit to being shorts. But there's something about the way he leans on a fence and breathes heavily that just says connection. So he just leans on a fence and he's given up. It started innocently. I was hanging out the washing in what I consider quite a flirtatious manner. Quite hard to do, I imagine, on a Hills hoist
Yep.
to do that flirtatiously.
A bit like the girl in Cool Hand Luke.
Now we're
now we're
talking. Yeah. We just had to take a break, Colin and I, because we got horny. And he waved.
Edit there.
One thing led to another, and suddenly he was sharing a moment near the trough. Oh,
Is it a euphemism?
I think she says, no, we were. But when you've got pigs, I think everything is going to be an analogy for pigs.
Okay.
Not a romantic location on paper, but chemistry, or out loud, really, but chemistry doesn't care about paper.
No, unless it's an HP test.
Sure. But chemistry's not a sentient being, so I don't really know what she's talking about,
true.
Irene. Now, every time my husband leaves, I find myself wandering over there. I'll tell myself it's for the animals. I say things like, I just love pigs. I love pigs. Sure. Which is true, but also not the whole truth, because I'm also there, in my opinion, radiating a kind of irresistible allure. Ron, for his part, doesn't say much, just breathing heavily. A lot of nodding. Occasionally he'll say, yep, or they'll eat anything. I think he's talking about the pig still.
Right.
Which I chose to interpret as a metaphor for us. The thing is, I feel like when I'm there, I'm this intoxicating woman in a whirlwind of forbidden romance. Like if someone was watching, they'd be like, wow, she's trouble in a good way. And they're nice pigs. That's what someone would say if they saw her. Wow, she's trouble in a good way.
Yeah.
And they're nice pigs. Same sentence. It's quite good. Observant person. But then last week I caught a glimpse of us reflected in the side of his ute. And it did look a bit like I was standing near a tired man while a pig scratched itself on a fence. Probably it was exactly that. So now I don't know what to do. Do I tell my husband and risk him not understanding my depth? Or do I continue living this double life where I am frankly the most exciting person on that entire farm? It's very funny to call you, like really
Irene,
give yourself a compliment at the end.
Irene. No, not Diggs.
Definitely not
Irene.
Diggs.
I really don't know where to start.
She's trouble, isn't she?
I'm
You can
trying.
tell.
Yeah, but not trouble in a big in a good way.
In an interesting way.
When
You're not trouble in an interesting way, Irene.
no, it's not like when people go trouble's my middle name or danger is my middle name. It's like trouble as in I think you're troubled.
You're troubled. Yeah, just add the D. You're troubled.
You're troubled.
Yeah.
You're
Troubled is my middle name.
And you're misguided.
Sure.
And I'm not sure that Pig Farmer really knows what's going on.
Doesn't know much.
I don't. Instead of confessing to Sammy and me, I think you need to confess to the Pig Farmer.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think you need to, and then you will get a solid, accurate answer about what the hell is going on in your head.
Sure.
And maybe you don't want to hear that.
Sure, maybe it's too much.
Maybe you should talk to your husband.
Just have a conversation.
Maybe instead of writing such long and detailed stories to an
About
online
pigs.
website about pigs.
Yeah.
I mean, the highlight for me, unfortunately, was your description of a what did you say? Unused big.
A beanbag.
Unpopular beanbag or whatever it is. That was the best bit of that story. Basically,
Thank you for not saying the ending. My favourite bit was when it all ended.
Look, I think that you should get a different hobby.
Get a different hobby.
Yeah,
don't
don't
pigs
talk
and
to
men
the
that...
pig guy anymore.
No.
It doesn't sound like he knows that you're there.
Not sure. Yeah. Not sure.
I'm not sure. I mean, have you had a conversation?
Yeah. Or you
Or-
just breathe heavily on the fence with him.
Yes, or it seems like, but that's okay.
That's love.
That's
That's love,
That's
Cole.
fine. If you get something out of that, and that's helping you,
Get along in this world.
maintain some sanity,
Sure.
in this crazy old world, and you want to live with that fantasy, then go for your life.
And what
as
a
long as
fantasy.
it's not hurting anyone,
Yeah, sure. Or the pigs, especially the pigs.
or the pigs, but. I think that you're in need of
Troubled.
maybe a book.
Yeah, nice book. Maybe some erotica.
Or a club.
Or a club. Diggs.
Go and see a movie.
I will put you down, Diggs. I will put you down.
That's
No, I
me.
wouldn't. I wouldn't do that.
That's me.
I would not do that.
You need to.
But if you can. But if you can.
Irene, you need to. You need something else.
You need something else, and it's not to do with Ron. Leave Ron alone. Tell your husband maybe, that when he's off working on his spreadsheets.
Yeah, like it would just be so good if your podcast gets a confession from Ron.
I'd love to hear from Ron.
Yeah, Ron, if you're listening,
Ron,
get involved.
For God's sake, get
We
involved.
need to know what's going on with Ron. Come on, Ron.
We're worried about Ron. Now-
I'm worried about Irene, but
Yeah.
I'm also worried about Ron.
Well, a lot of the comments under this sound like, so one of the comments is, Ron sounds like a man who would forget his mid-affair because a sheep looked at him weird. Mm-hmm. Honestly, if someone described me as built like a beanbag that's given up, I would simply pass away, not continue the affair.
Yep.
Another person wrote, this isn't a love triangle, it's a love line, and Ron barely fits in this at all.
Yep.
And another person, have you considered that you're not having an affair, you're just standing near livestock and a man breathing heavily?
Yes.
And at this is my favourite comment, unrelated, which is always good in a comment section.
Always a good start.
Unrelated, but my uncle once tried to microwave a whole watermelon to see what would happen. And we had to repaint the ceiling, so I feel like that's something to keep in mind.
Unrelated.
Unrelated?
My uncle once did this.
Unrelated. Is it okay if I go on? You go, absolutely not. Let's go. We've got time for one more confession today that comes from beautiful Deb.
Come on, Deb.
Gorgeous
Bring
Deb
it home.
confesses. For context, and this is important context, I'm glad she didn't start with unrelated.
Speaking of watermelons.
Please don't skip over this like most people do. I once ate my body
Red
weight
flag.
in marshmallows.
You once?
Ate my body weight in marshmallows.
Right.
This is still part of the confession, by the
Yep.
way. This isn't just me riffing. Hey, Cole, I want to tell you something real quick. Not in a one sitting, I'm not a monster, but over the course of a long weekend where I was going through something. Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is I have a high tolerance for pressure situations and sugar-based decisions.
Yep.
So recently, and by recently I mean a few months ago, but it's emotionally is still now, I reversed my car. I will say right now, the marshmallow thing, forget about it. It doesn't come back.
It's not relevant.
Unrelated.
Okay.
Again.
All right.
Just a normal reverse, a casual backwards journey. And I may have allegedly, but also actually, backed into my neighbour's car. It wasn't a big hit, just a firm introduction between vehicles. A hello kiss with consequences. That's what I said about our first
So
kiss.
it was a kiss with tongues.
A kiss with tongues. And a lot of regret.
Yes.
I just sat there for a moment processing.
She wasn't on a sugar high from the marshmallows.
No. She just did it.
Forget about the marshmallows.
She was drunk.
Okay.
Probably.
Right.
Allegedly. Like when you realise you've eaten too many marshmallows, but it's too late to become a different person. Like, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Find $1, Deb.
Tell me, sister.
Tell me, sister. You got it, sister. Now, here's where things become morally zigzag. The kids next door, there are 3 of them, and they have chaos energy, had been playing cricket in the driveway earlier. Loudly, I said to my neighbour when they came out and saw the dent in their car, I don't know what came over me, but my mouth did a thing, and I said it was the kids.
Whoa. Okay.
I didn't say which kids. I didn't say her because I don't know their names. I just released that sentence into the world like a balloon full of blame. Also known in my autobiography.
I like it.
And it really took. These kids got emotionally grilled. Not literally, but emotionally sauteed. They didn't get grilled on the barbecue, sure.
I like the writing.
That's the punishment.
I like the writing.
Come on, kids, get on the barbecue. There were meetings. There was yelling. One of them cried in a way that made me briefly consider becoming honest. But then I remembered the marshmallows and how I pushed through that, so I pushed through this.
Okay.
It's funny that that's her way through everything. Then I thought about the marshmallows. I can get through anything. Now, the parents next door are in full-blown Cold War with the neighbours. There's tension. There's passive-aggressive bin placement. There was a moment when someone moved a wheelie bin 2 inches and everyone knew it meant something. And I'm just here, living between them like I'm Switzerland. The thing is, every time I think about confessing, I panic. Not because of the consequences, but because I don't know how to transition into it. Like if I say, hey, just quickly, it was me. Also, did I ever tell you about the marshmallows? I don't know why she's obsessed with talking about the marshmallows. Because that feels like way too much information, but also not enough. So now I'm stuck. The rivalry is escalating. The kids have probably developed trust issues.
Whoa.
Doesn't know that for sure, but probably.
No.
My neighbour still parks slightly crooked out of fear, and I'm carrying this secret like a big, soft bag of lies, which, again, I've experience with. That's what she says. Always goes back. Digs. He's so good. I just don't know if coming clean would fix anything, or if it will confirm that I am both a car hitter and a marshmallow woman, which feels like a lot to be known for in one street. I feel like that's the best written confession we've heard today.
It's
yeah,
very
quite
good.
nice. The sauteing and stuff I quite liked.
And we edit there because there was a knock on the door halfway through your
Was there?
that thing.
Oh my God. Hold on one second,
Yes.
please. Oh my God.
And you didn't because you had headphones on.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
And
So-
we edit there.
Edit there. Okay, so what do you do in a situation like this? If you're lovely Deb, do you tell? in this situation? Do you come clean? Because there's a lot of fights going on. There's a lot of rivalry. What do you do?
Very well written.
Honestly, very well written.
Like, has she had a bit of chat GPT?
I feel like there's a bit of help there.
To help out there.
The sautéing, I think, in particular, quite nice.
You know, I mean, this is a theme of your podcast, really, is...
Sadness,
regret.
There's a lot of sadness
confusion,
and regret.
Horror, regret. So, is there a mathematical equation which is like incident plus time
equals tragedy?
X equals...
Yes.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Y equals... If it's over 5 years, there's nothing you can do, and the longer you wait, the longer you can't tell people.
Yes.
So I think that you need some context about when this was.
What's the point of life anymore, really?
Well, everybody lies.
Everybody lies.
Everybody lies. White lie.
Yeah.
I mean, big lie, white lie, little lie, big lie.
Yep.
Big little lies.
Big little lies. Great plug, by the way.
Leanne Moriarty. Shout out to you, sister.
Shout out to you, sister.
But before I saw you today,
yep,
I was in a car park and I nearly backed
You're bragging
in. I
now.
nearly backed into a car.
Really?
I nearly backed into a car, and it was like, you back out of a spot and you just go, I reckon I can make that.
Yeah.
And then you pull out with haste, because I was in a hurry because I wanted to get home and have a shower before I came over to your house.
Sure.
And I only missed the car by about 2 or 3 inches. And I just thought, if I hit that car as I was driving home, was I thinking, do I leave a note?
Yeah.
Do I leave a note?
Yeah.
Because it was at a certain establishment where I reckon people could afford that I didn't leave a note.
Yeah. With the Mercedes-Benz dealership again.
So
go for a test drive every day.
I often park in Mercedes dealership car parks.
It's easier that way.
But would I have left a note? Would I have said anything? Because the rigmarole is going to be so... And I don't adhere to this irresponsibility.
Sure.
Because I didn't hit the car.
No.
And
that's on the record.
But I just... On the record.
That's on the... Let the record show I did not hit the car.
If I had hit the car,
yeah,
would I have left a note? And I probably would have. Of course I would have. Because I'm a very upstanding human being.
It also didn't happen, Cole, so you can say I would have.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I would have.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
So with her marshmallows and her bins and the kids...
Yeah.
You know, back in the old days, a very old-fashioned mode of parenting was, well, I didn't do it, but then your father would say, I know you didn't, but you've probably done some stuff that I didn't see.
Yeah. Someone's to blame for something.
This is for that stuff that I haven't seen.
Yep.
So, you know... She blames the kids. I can't believe... What a great way to finish.
You got to blame the kids.
We've got to blame the kids.
You got to blame the kids.
Blame the kids.
Yeah.
Blame the kids and go nuts for the kids, because...
Yeah. You got away with it.
They need some boundaries, and they need some life lessons.
Yeah.
And
from the woman who ate too many marshmallows next door.
Sometimes life isn't fair.
That's true. That's true. Well, at the end
sometimes life isn't fair.
Sometimes life isn't fair. Look it up. Well, at the end of that, we've had 3 beautiful confessions from 3 beautiful people.
Irene,
Deb, and Joel. If you had to cast one of them as a major motion picture, which one springs out the most? You got Deb, who of course blamed everything on the kids. You've got our good friend Irene, who talked about the pig farmer.
Yes.
That could be an interesting film. And you've got Joel, who, of course, pissed in the wine bottle for a year. You forgot about that, didn't you? As you drink your beautiful Chardonnay.
Beautiful
free piss.
Urine Suave. I would say Willem Dafoe for Joel.
Great. Yes. Yeah.
For Irene with the pigs, I'd say... the chick that's on, the lady that's on, she's in the new show with Eugene Levy's son.
Yes. Okay.
She used to be on.
This is good. This is good. We've got this.
She used to be on.
I'm looking. I'm googling Dan Levy right now. Dan Levy.
Dan Levy.
And he is in a show called...
And his mother is played by the woman that used to be in the...
Big Mistakes, it's called. It's called Big Mistakes. It's called Big Mistakes. And the cast is Taylor Ortega.
Yes.
And you've got Laurie Metcalf.
Laurie Metcalf that used to be in the show with Roseanne Barr.
That's great. Okay, so that's
Laurie Metcalf.
Yep. With a big
Willem
farmer.
Dafoe, and then mother...
Deb.
Blaming it on the kids.
Yep.
Deb.
Do you think like a Jean Smart? I think a Jean Smart could do that quite nicely.
That would depend on who she was.
Great. Hacks. Have you seen Hacks?
Oh, Hacks.
Oh, yeah.
As in the main woman.
The main woman in Hacks.
Yes. Maybe a bit of Tina Fey.
Oh, Tina Fey could be good. Do you want to play one of these roles? Would you like to be Ron?
I want to play Ron.
Yeah, great.
Or play one of the pigs.
Could we get a quick you leaning on a thing and sighing? You've got the role. You've got the role. Cole, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. It's been an absolute goddamn pleasure to have you on this for the first time.
Sammy, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Hey.
And good luck with it. And all
good
the
luck
best.
with it. All the best.
Yeah, good luck with it. All the best. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sammy.
And Lane Woodley, people can just go to the website comedy.com.au if they
go
want
to
to
willanderson.com and you'll
find us
you'll
there.
see all the dates.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Cole.
Thank you, Sammy.
Good night, Australia.
Ciao.
Thank you, everybody, for watching or listening to this week's episode with the great Colin Lane. You can write in and leave a letter, an internet letter, as I call it, yeshello @theproducerboy.com. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Leave a 5-star rating, 5-star review on your app of choice. Look, sometimes I'm going to have one guest, sometimes I'm going to have two. I'm just going to bloody mix it up because it's bloody fun. I'll tell you what, it's easier sometimes to just have one guest. Not because I have on awful guests. Don't get me wrong about that. Or don't get me right, actually, as well. Just because it's easier to book people. Bloody hell. I don't need to explain my whole goddamn life, do I? Oh, my God. Wonderful, wonderful people that are leaving reviews at the moment. I'm a big fan of you people. I got my favourite podcast from Holtham West. So glad Sammy is bringing Confessions back into my life. It's been a long year without new eps, despite the extensive and excellent back catalogue. Very happy that 2026 will be another year of learning about the sides of humanity that I hope never to encounter. Another one from Pia Loves Basil. Okay, who the hell is Basil? Maybe Basil Brush? Ha ha ha, boom boom. What a great reference from me. Wonderful witty banter. Love the tangents and the rabbit holes these chats go down. Sammy is the king of quips. Oh my God, thank you so much. Back strong after a year. This comes from Danny J. See, helps with my elongating of words. I was so pleased to see Confessions back in its usual horrendous style. I can't wait to see if Nicole has something to say about your return. She absolutely does, and you'll hear from Nicole soon, as we always love to. It's been a while since I've started my morning turning down my podcast quickly should someone else hear the horrors I am listening to and making sounds in disgust. Hope you're listening on a boombox. Amazing. I can't believe it's been a whole year since starting the day cringing, grossed out, and, of course, lolling. Love Mish and Alexi, wonderful guests. I think I just peed a little is the next one from Anita. Paint me green and call me Gumby, or Shrek, am I right, Anita? He's back, baby. So excited to see this little surprise pop-up show. Thank you so bloody much. I bloody love that. And of course, I'm going to go to, of course, like you knew what I was going to do. I was just padding. On Spotify, the beautiful comments from Rob. Love this one. I'm so glad that this goddamn podcast is back. It's my favourite podcast of all time. All we need now is a Howard government to be voted out and life will be perfect. Could not agree more. Max Hill says, I'm so glad this ding-dang Popcast is back. Thank you for pronouncing that correctly. I'll try to arrange my company to pay for training somewhere in Oz so I can finally visit that wonderful sunburnt land. I'll check out Phillip Island and Maria Island for Sammy and Wombats respectively. They're both on the bucket list. Oh my, what a goddamn bucket list. I love that. And you know what? I'll show you around Phillip Island. That's my promise to you. I can't promise. This is depend on the dates. Jennifer Newth says, heck yes, team. We back. And yes, we are goddamn back, team. Thank you as always. Don't forget to leave a 5-star rating, 5-star review. That helps get the podcast out there. And also you can watch on YouTube if you are right now. Thank you so much. But share this podcast with a friend. Share it with as many people as you want. I've got some exciting news coming up. thank you for all the wonderful people that have already written in and said, I'm excited about your new show, your new stand-up show that you're going to be doing sometime soon. I bloody love you. See you next week. Good night, Australia.